At the turn of the 20th century, African Americans in the southern United States had very limited economic opportunities. Jim Crow laws also enforced racial oppression across the South. Simultaneously, new immigration laws and the disruption of World War I caused labor shortages in northern industrial cities. Large numbers of African Americans moved north in search of new work and new opportunity. This was called the Great Migration. Around 1916, word-of-mouth reports amongst African Americans described good wages and living conditions in the North. Popular destinations included New York City, Detroit, Chicago, and Cleveland. These cities saw an average of 40 to 60% increase in their African American population. African Americans found jobs in slaughterhouses, factories, and foundries, but the work was hard and dangerous. African American women found work in domestic jobs. The average pay in the North was 3 times that of the South, so African American workers had greater opportunity. But they still faced racism and prejudice. Many African Americans were forced to settle in specific areas of cities and were denied housing in white neighborhoods. This created small communities within larger cities. The best-known example of these cities within cities was Harlem in New York City. By the 1920s, Harlem was home to over 200,000 African Americans. A new generation of African American artists lived in Harlem, including writers like Langston Hughes, musicians like Louis Armstrong, and painters and sculptors like Aaron Douglas and Meta Warrick Fuller. For the first time, African Americans portrayed their culture the way they chose to. During the Great Migration, over 6 million African Americans moved from the South to northern cities. It was one of the largest internal migrations in U.S. history.